Hi guys, it's Crystal here for Talk to Me Tuesday. I am not going to appear on camera today because I am currently in the middle of dyeing my hair. I'm just waiting for the clock to run down. So I have quite a lot to show you. I caught COVID in the beginning of April, like, I don't know, end of March, beginning of April. So I did a ton of sewing because I was tired but not tired enough to sleep, but you can't go anywhere or do anything. So one of the things that I did was I sewed, how many is this? 5 times 4? I think I made 22, but I'm only counting 20. At any rate, I sewed a ton of these black and white blocks. My bee month is going to be May, so this is what I'm going to be asking my bee mates to make, but I want to make a bigger quilt than what I'll get from the group. So yeah, this is them. This one here, whoops, this one here is not gonna be in the final quilt. It's too busy, but I saved it so that I could show it as an example of maybe try to avoid that. Not obviously, I don't mind if there's a lot of busyness in there. This one here is quite busy as well. But I don't know, that one, I think it's just not quite black enough. Yeah, so this is gonna have like a really skinny sashing, like a 1-inch sashing in between all of them. And then maybe little red cornerstones between them. It's going to be a quilt for my sister. She likes black, white, and red, so, we'll see about the red. If I don't like it, it'll be black. Another thing that I sewed while I was sitting at home was all of these batik blocks here. I have a pile of fabric to get rid of, which are things that I don't like, or, you've had them for a million years and you've lost your taste for them. So this was a jelly roll of batiks, and it came with a pattern, so I actually just pulled it out of the pile of get rid ofs and put them all together. I haven't decided on a layout. I think it needs maybe a small border, and it'll probably get donated. I think they're 10-inch blocks, so it's 40 by 50. Not really big enough for, a good throw, but I don't know. We'll see. I haven't made any decisions about it. I'm not wild about it, which makes me not that inclined to move forward with it, but I really do just need to move forward with it. So I also finished piecing together my trinket quilt. I'm not going to unwrap the whole thing, but it is all pieced. I did put the binder or border on. I don't like the border like I was worried that I wouldn't, but it is staying as is. I'm hopeful that I can quilt it sometime this year. I think I'm just going to do something pretty simple, like little, wow, I feel like my hand is moving separate. I don't know, it's weird watching my hand moving through the camera. Anyway, I think I'm going to do pretty simple quilting in the black part, and then, I don't know, I'll have to put some thought in about what to do with the colors because there is a lot of color in it. I'm not going to open the whole thing up because I have it all folded right now to trap all the seams on the inside so that it will stop fraying. The heart block. I was not going to put the heart blocks into this. So that was my January all people quilt project. This is my April one. It's actually just to piece together this sampler, which was the summer sampler from 3 years ago, maybe? I think it was 2019. I've had the blocks pieced for a while, but I don't know. I'm not wild about the colors, which I had chosen this group of colors to try to push myself out of my color comfort zone. But I wouldn't say it was a wildly successful experiment because I don't feel very enthused about it. It has a slightly complicated sashing plan, but I want to do it the way that the kit set it out. And it's going to mean I actually need to find where I put all the sashing pieces, which are actually cut out. But I probably won't get to that this month because I have other things to worry about right now. So back to bee blocks. This is the one that was requested for April. It's so big. Because it's so big, we only had to make one, but I don't know, little math nerd inside of me figured out the area of this block, and it's basically the equivalent of 3 blocks, which, not fair, but anyway, I'm glad it was done. I did that one also right when I was newly diagnosed with COVID. So this is the final cushion. I'm using my sister's cross stitches. she asked me to make this one more green, even though there isn't a whole lot of green in the wolf. So there's, as you can see, a ton of green in the background. The person that it's for, I don't know, green's her favorite color, I guess. So, and then on the back, I put some trash pandas just because, I don't know, it was something to do. So I did with all three of these cushions, I did, the one that I made for my sister with the fox has a whole ring of 1-inch half square triangles surrounding the entire cross stitch, and then one ring of the 2-inch ones. But these ones I needed to make them a little bigger because I was basing the size essentially on the size of pillow forms that I already had. So it didn't break down as nicely to do the 1-inch ones in a ring. So I kind of did them all different. And this one, in the other one, I did them just in groups of 4. In this one, I split up some of my groups of 4. So it's like 4, 4, and then 2, and then the other 2 land over here. I also added these little bits on the corners. That was because on this specific one, there was a stain in one of the corners, and it let me hide it. And then I thought, oh, actually, I don't mind that. It covers up a little bit of the excess white. Maybe I should have made the big ones instead of the little tiny guys. But yeah, so each of them has a slightly different layout in terms of the half square triangles. They all have their own sort of color theme, I guess. And then I quilted them all differently. So this one I did just kind of dot to dot with straight lines or straight-ish lines. The bear I did curved pieces, so they make it look a little bit like leaves. And then with the one for my sister, I just did stitch in the ditch, and she's like, well, you didn't quilt mine. It's like, actually I did. You just can't tell. And then finally, this is what I'm currently working on. It doesn't look like a whole lot. I'm working on this paper piecing Dodge Challengers for my father for this mini quilt that he asked me to make. So I tried to put these pieces together to make it a little bit look like what it's going to look like, but you can sort of see where the steering wheel is going to go. And obviously these are 2 of the tires. These ones will go at the back somewhere over here. And it's going to be a very red car. The rest of this, I don't know where it all belongs. They're just random chips and bits. Yeah, I've got a long way to go. There's a whole lot through the middle that's not finished yet. Oh, and this right here, I'm planning to do the Cantha quilt along with Allison Glass. And I've had this fabric in my stash for a very long time. It was to make like a plaid quilt. I don't actually want to make the plaid quilt, so I think this will work well for the Cantha quilt. This particular fabric, there's a couple of them that, they shred if you just look at them. So I don't quite know how to deal with those. Yeah, that's the fabric I'm going to use. We get more piecing instructions this week, I think, to piece the top. These are the pearl cottons that I picked out to do my stitching with. They're not, you try to guess the colors online, so they didn't have anything in a nice, good rusty color. So this was kind of the closest that I could get. I wish I'd have found something that was a little bit of a lighter orange that might have tracked well with the yellow as well, but I don't know. It's good enough. I'm not gonna fuss about it. I'm just gonna use what I have. Yeah, hopefully I'll actually finish it. It's all hand stitched, so it seems like the sort of thing that I might give up on. But anyway, I hope everybody is doing well and has a great week. Bye.